Welcome back, everybody, to part 3 of Connecticut Newsmakers. McCue Mortgage of New Britain is celebrating its 60th year in business, 3 generations taking care of that company with a wonderful reputation, not only here in central Connecticut, but also throughout the state. And we're happy to have 2 members of the family with us on our program, part 3 of Connecticut Newsmakers. Bill McCue is with us. Of course, she is seated on my immediate right, and daughter Kate on my far right. 2 people who make the mortgage company go. Thanks so much, folks, for coming in and being with us on our program.
Well, Tom, thank you to you and to Channel 30 for having us.
Great to have you here. Let's go right to that photo. You had one taken with you and Governor Earl on the proclamation. Bill, tell us a little something about that particular day.
Well, it was a great day. It was the establishment of McCue Mortgage Company Day in Connecticut. November 29th, 2009 was the 60th anniversary of my father opening his doors for the very first time. And so it was an exciting day for us. The governor was very generous with her time, and Commissioner Pitkin, the banking commissioner who regulates us, Tim Bannon, the head of CHFA, was there, as well as Kate, myself, and of course, as you know, the governor. They were wonderful to us, and an awful lot of work went into getting us to that point, and it was certainly a day of great celebration.
Kate, how do you feel about that? I mean, your grandfather started it. Now your dad, of course, has run the company for years, and now you're stepping in. How do you feel about your getting into it and what you're going to be trying to do on your own now in the years ahead?
I'm so excited about it. You know, it's a great company that my grandfather started, and my father's really led the way in the mortgage industry in Connecticut, and our company has really been successful in serving first-time homebuyers, especially in the state of Connecticut. So it's very exciting.
And I'm sure your dad's real happy to have you aboard, too.
He is beaming with pride.
Safe to say that.
Beaming with pride.
Well, a couple of questions about what's going on these days. Tax credits now for the first-time home buyers, that just went out the window. Is that going to have a, a major impact on the market here in the state?
Tom, there are people that will tell you that it will. I'm a believer that a stimulus, which is what it was, and thanks to the great work of our Senator Dodd, that the tax credit got put in place. But a stimulus is meant to do just that, and a stimulus has to have an end. We have too many people in our industry and in the real estate sales industry that are focused on the stimulus coming to an end instead of using the stimulus, and when it comes to an end, having created that momentum that carries the market further. I believe the stimulus will work as it was intended to work, and we are now in a better market than we were before the stimulus was imposed. It helped us to get there, and now we can do it on our own. But we've got to stop talking about what we don't have anymore and what we do have. And what we do have, as you well know, I think everyone, well, certainly your viewers know, we have great prices and we have great interest rates. It's a great time to buy a house. And that stimulus brought it to that point. Before the stimulus was in place, we were in some serious trouble. We've come a long way, and thanks to, again, the leadership, the Connecticut leadership in Washington that got that started. We've got that stimulus, and now we're on our way.
And that's the key word, right, Kate? You know, stimulus. It's a great word, really, when you come to think about it. It's moving in the right direction, but that has to be kept going. Do you think this will happen?
I think.
Are you confident?
I think the housing prices are at a great point. Our rates are still at historic lows, and we're excited to report that we've had about 1,500 families that we've helped with the stimulus, first-time home buyers, and we hope with the circumstances in the market today that will continue forward even without that stimulus in place.
Let me ask you this, how about the foreclosures? Are you still seeing a lot of that going on, or is that slowed down somewhat?
Foreclosures are a problem in the state of Connecticut right now, but we are committed, especially with our customers, to helping people stay in their homes.
Well, that's great too, you know, and that's key. There are some efforts to, help people do that. Bill, there have also been a lot of regulatory changes, of course, in the financial markets as it relates to real estate. What does that mean in terms of consumer protection, as an example?
Tom, we've gone through a difficult period, what is often characterized as a subprime period. And this industry got itself into a position, and throughout the financial markets and the financial service industry, created some problems for this country, and it's led to a great degree to where we are now. That can't go unchecked. And so we've had imposed upon us regulations from all over. We get frustrated as an industry as those are imposed, but the reality is we've got to deal with what went on in the past, and we've got to find a way to do it better than we've done it in the past. The new regulations focus on the consumer and protecting them. First, we come to the without naming them, but quickly, RESPA, which focuses on making sure that what is disclosed at the time of application are the costs that appear at the closing. If you talk to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, they will tell you that the most consistent consumer complaint for years and years has been what they told me at the beginning is not where it ended. Well, the industry, through this regulation, has changed that now, and we're going to have to, what we tell them is what's going to have to happen at the end. Those are important ingredients. Likewise, the truth in lending laws have changed, and we are more restricted on what we can do and what we have to disclose. Consumers are going to know more at the beginning, and if it doesn't end up the way they were told at the beginning, they're going to have an opportunity to right it.
Kate, you ready to take over?
I have a lot to learn from my father, but I'm excited to do so. I really am having a great time being involved in the company and
doing your thing, so to speak.
exactly.
Hey, listen, thanks so much, folks, for coming in. Congratulations on 60 great years. Many, many more down the road. Thanks so much again. Appreciate
Thank you for having us.
Thanks very much.
That's it, folks. I'm Tom Monahan. We'll see you next week on Connecticut Newsmakers.